Hey guys, here's a quick walkthrough on how I convert my Alfa GTV mechanical cable-driven tach to an electronic tach using information from the Alfa forum and 3D printed parts that I designed. So I started by pulling apart the original tach, taking apart this mechanical drive assembly to get dimensions, and I translated those into CAD to create this part. Which I designed to work with an off-the-shelf video electronic tachometer. I 3D printed that part, and here it is. A couple heat set inserts for the bolts that hold it to the housing, and I'll show you how it all goes together with the electronic drive and in the original housing. Here's the OEM VDL electronic tach disassembled. I soldered some wire leads onto the terminal pins, and we used the stock mounting bolt and nut to put it into the housing that I designed. On the back I left a channel for the wires to feed through the original tach housing. We put a hole here to access the potentiometer for adjustment and calibration, and I have places for the push pins to hold the gauge face in place. So we'll get this assembled with the gauge face and the pointer, and we'll begin calibration. I 3D printed these dies to punch the push pins out of the gauge face upon disassembly. But I made a big mistake not putting padding, and I did mar up my gauge face there, which is very unfortunate, but there's nothing I can do about it at this point. To put those push pins back in, I 3D printed a little concave pusher that I hit with a mallet, and they just went in no problem. Getting the gauge calibrated is fairly straightforward. You adjust the pointer position on the shaft as well as the potentiometer on the tach servo in order to make sure every 33.3 pulses on the pulse generator equals 1000 RPM. When you check that through the rev range and it's accurate throughout, then you're all set and you're ready for reassembly. Here's the final assembled electronic tach that looks OEM, along with the rest of my restored gauges. If you're thinking about refurbishing your gauges yourself, it's very doable. It's quite a lot of work to disassemble. I ended up painting the pointers and doing a general cleaning and lube on the other gauges, but I think they came out really great. Well, with the exception of the mark that I made on the face of the tach when I was pushing those pins out. But overall, I'm really happy and excited to get accurate and not bouncy RPM readings in my GTV build. Thanks for following along, and sorry about the background noise. I have a printer running in the background, but it's been a fun project, and I have a lot more to come.